Yeah, what's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Iotex versus Peaq. I think this is going to be a very interesting topic because this is actually, in my opinion, going to be the two leading infrastructure plays for Depin. Now, some people are going to say Solana, but I don't count Solana because it has everything in it. RWAs, gaming, DeFi, everything else, right? But Iotex and Peaq will only be focused on Depin projects, right? So I believe these are going to be the two leading infrastructures for Depin. So before we get into talking about all of that, I would like to ask you guys, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We're on the road to 20k subscribers. If you would like to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment what you guys think down below, and while you guys are down there, you guys can hit that Discord link to join the Discord to continue the crypto conversation we're having daily. And most importantly, you guys can ask how that Patreon works. As you guys know, we have been getting into some bangers with that Patreon group here. We did get into Peaq, right? So we have a whole host of other projects that's going to be coming out, and we're going to be introducing some new projects as well. So if you guys do not want to miss out on that, right, check out that Patreon group and check out my ebook to the essentials to mastering tokenomics, because this is going to be very important for you guys if you guys want to make some money in this space. And actually, during this topic, during this video here, we're going to be talking a little bit about tokenomics. So this is going to highlight a little bit of the things that you're going to be able to learn in that essentials to mastering tokenomics ebook. It's going to be in the Discord. It's going to be in the description and in the comment section down below for you guys to check it out. And let's get right into the video, guys. So I wanted to highlight this article here because people are more focused on AI, RWAs, and gaming, you know, rightfully so, right? But people tend to forget Depin as of right now. And I do believe that Depin is going to be one of those big narratives that will pop up and people will forget about it, and they'll see some of the gains that have been made. So Borderless here announced that they have $100 million for a third Depin fund, and this was on September. Of course, this fund is to invest in other projects that are developing and maintaining physical infrastructure worldwide. That includes your Peaq, your Iotex, and they already invested into projects such as Helium, Render, and GeoNet. Now, this is a quote here that I hope you guys don't forget. Depin is a game changer for underserved areas, providing critical infrastructure and services, said Casey. According to the 2024 Depin Development Report, this market is expected to reach the size of 3.5 trillion by 2028. That's 3 years from now, essentially, because we're about to hit 2025. January is right there, right? So that's 3 years from now where we're going to see a sizable gain in this whole industry. This narrative is just about to heat up, and a lot of the things, a lot of the gains is going to be starting in the bear market. Once these altcoins start to hit their bear market lows and we start getting into the next cycle, of course, start rolling into the next cycle, you're going to be seeing some Depin make some waves. So this leads me to Iotex versus Peaq. Now, Iotex has been around for quite some time. I have traded on their ecosystem. Primarily, they had a launch pad there that we was trading on there or whatever. But right now, as you guys can see, Iotex right now is at pretty much 5 cents at a $459 million market cap, same as the fully diluted evaluation. And you guys can see the circulating supply is the same as the total. And then, of course, they have a max supply. Things that Iotex has, it has been around for quite some time. As you guys can see, it did hit about $2 billion back in 2021, where that price of its all-time high was 25 cents. Now, Iotex has an advantage over Peaq is the supply. Now, the supply has remained the same for a little bit of time now. As I went to the historical snapshot back in 2021, November of 2021, just to peep what the circulating supply of Iotex was, because I forgot. So when you go look at Iotex back in 2021, it pretty much had the same exact circulating supply that it has now. So it has pretty much no one's going to be dumping on you. Nothing is going to be happening. So if this thing tends to blow within the next 4 years or so, this thing could have the opportunity to really run, because it's pretty much entire supply is out. Now, some people are actually talking about Iotex as of right now, and I figured they would, because Depin is a big thing, and Peaq coming out also puts a little bit of eyes on Iotex. Now Iotex is a little bit different from Peaq because it actually does have a deflationary tokenomics, with pretty much his already entire supply is already being out, right? And you add deflationary aspect to that, that is pretty big, right? And not only that, they actually have a little bit of their ecosystem is pretty interesting with their IOPay wallet, right? They have a UCAM, which is a security wallet. They have a Pebble tracker. We're going to check that Pebble tracker and things like that. They do have AWS and Google Cloud as enterprise partners, right? So Iotex has been building for quite some time, and they actually were more like the narrative when Iotex came out was pretty much Internet of Things, which is where you get the IoT from, right? But now as Depin gets a lot bigger, they also Depin is pretty much the evolution of Internet of Things. Is pretty much the same thing, right? These guys are now also into Depin as well, and they also have 100 million Iotex for their basically their biggest Depin campaign, right? And you guys can go scroll down and check out everything that they have on their website as an L1. And here you go, right? For Web3's fastest growing sector, you guys can see the Depin market here, the transactions and the total devices that they also have up there. Now, as I said, Iotex does have their own ecosystem. They're pretty much an L1 that is building for the Internet of Things. And when you scroll down here, you get to see all the things that is pretty much partnered in here. But I pretty much see a lot more of the Internet of Things, Depin side of things that's going to be up here. That's the biggest things, right? You scroll down, you may notice some of these names that's up here as well. I just wanted to scroll down a little bit. You got Ator, which is also a part of the Peaq network, right? Subcury, you got Supra here as well. Some other notable names up here that have been around for quite some time. So the Iotex ecosystem has been building out for a while, and like I said, they're more than just a blockchain. They actually do have devices on there, right? This is their Pebble device that you guys can go check on their website, right? So this is pretty much connecting the physical and digital worlds, right? And I do like this device. I've never tried it. I didn't even look at any reviews on it or the UCAM, but I do know that they have devices, which sets them a little bit more aside from Peaq. Now, some recent updates that they do have. This is back on the 10th of December, so yesterday at the time of recording this, right? Iotex is cozying up with DC policy. They also joined the Blockchain Association to push clearer Depin regulation. They're looking to boost the US Depin adoption. So this is pretty big here for what Iotex is looking to do. And then last month, they actually been doing a lot of things really. After years of research and beta testing with 10 plus Depins, IOID officially launched. So they got their IOID. They did some things with GeoNet, and of course Masari highlighted that Iotex Q3 report. Iotex showed breakout metrics across the board, so it's looking like people are now looking into Iotex. So I'm glad to see that Iotex is still building after so many years of being around, and I'm excited for it. So with everything they got going on, right, Iotex getting back to its previous high of 25 cents, we'll put it at about a $2.4 billion market cap. That's only a 4x from here, right? Wouldn't be too exciting at these prices just for a quick little 4x on it. But as Iotex continues to build here, we're looking at something like, you know, if it could get to like a $4.6 billion market cap, this will also be like around a 9x for it, right? This isn't too crazy or anything like that, but the thing is, its entire supply is out. So if it does somehow, you know, miraculously get to like that $1 mark, you're looking at a 20x here with its entire supply and no one ready to dump on you. And essentially this is deflationary, so it's not going to be too crazy. This would just put it right under a $10 billion market cap, which I don't see as too crazy, but we will have to see how things play out. Now, I believe Peaq's recently came out not too long ago. We even made a video on it. Well, we pretty much made multiple videos on this, right? So at the time of making this particular video, Peaq was at 33 cents, and it did fall. I think it fell under 20 cents at one point in time, which was an amazing steal. So if you would have picked up some Peaq at like 20 cents, the X's you would have gotten from like, you know, Peaq hitting the price targets I'm talking about in this video here would be so much better, right? So looking at one of the price targets, we did talk about Peaq getting up to, I think, about a $3 billion market cap, so we will change it and put it about a $4 billion market cap in this video here. And as I would like to mention, Peaq does have something very different from Iotex. They do have a huge supply compared to Iotex, so there's a lot more tokens that's going to be coming out for Peaq, right? As you can see here from the market cap, it is 462, and this is just recently new, so it's pretty much the same market cap as Iotex, but it was pretty much around 100 million or so, 200 million if you guys would have able to get it around. No, actually it was less than 100 million, right? So that would have been a steal at those prices. And as you guys can see, its fully diluted evaluation is $3 billion, right? Just like I said, it came out not too long ago. You could have actually, well, no one really got this because this actually got listed on Sexes at 10 cents, right? So if you was able to snipe it there, perfect for you. But if you wasn't, you probably would have gotten it around the 20 cents when after it dumped and everything's like that. So now it's pretty much at its all-time high, and it's looking like it's not stopping. It's going to hit $1 pretty soon. Now I'm not going to cover too much about Peaq because you guys can see my other videos on Peaq here, but as you guys can see, there's a lot of things that's going on with the Peaq. They say it's the world's largest and fastest growing Depin ecosystem. $1 billion total evaluation of devices on Peaq. You also got 50 plus Depins building on Peaq. You got 3 million machines, vehicles, and robots on Peaq. 21 industries being shaped by Depin on Peaq. And the thing is, a lot more people are really taking notice of Peaq. A lot of people are talking about Peaq as of right now, a little bit more than actual Iotex, but there is people talking about Iotex, and I do believe that Peaq's success will be a good thing for Iotex as well. And when you start to get to these price targets here, and you get this around a $4.6 billion market cap with this circulating supply it has of today, right? This is all as of right now as Peaq is running. So if you would have got it around the 20 cent mark or so, let's say the 30 cent mark, you're looking at maybe a double or just under 3x the percentage you would have gotten off of this, right? So this is like a 9x. You probably would have gotten of 18 to like 27x on you getting in at the lower prices just from this as of right now, right? Hitting about a $4.6 billion market cap now. But as you guys know, there is some inflation to come with Peaq. All right, 6 months here is, you know, nothing too crazy, but this is pretty much when the biggest unlocks are going to start for Peaq, right? Because a lot of the private sale investors are going to be getting their second allocations from here. So this is pretty much where it's going to get started. The inflation is pretty much going to get ramped up a little bit more, right? I'm in a private sale of it, so I already knew that, and I'm already excited. And it's already starting to run between this 6 months here. These months here is when Peaq is going to have a big run, and I believe it's going to have a few extra months where it's going to also run, right? So when we take this circulating supply here, unlock supply by 6 months, right, and you plug it in, now you're looking at Peaq. If it even got to that same market cap, right, if it stayed around that same market cap, you can see here you'd be at a 7x here, right? That's not nothing too crazy, right? The price changes, everything like that, that's all because of the circulating supply. So you always got to be able to, well, you always got to be mindful of the inflation that is to come. But if an altcoin starts to run between the inflation, right, that is going to be a lot tougher, right? Because if you see this now, so just giving you guys an idea how much a circulating supply can affect the price and market cap, you're looking at this with the market cap at $463 million market cap of the circulating supply of today, right? And if they got to a $4.6 billion market cap, you're looking at $7.13, right? So now let's say we increase that market cap by this, which is going to be out there in 6 months, for it to actually hit that same price of $7.13, you're looking at a $5.6 billion market cap, and now that becomes a 9x. So things change with the inflation that is to come a little bit later. So that's why you always want something with a low float, right, for quite some time. So once they reach that all-time high, of course you can, you know, it's supply shock. Of course, at the end of the day, you're going to be able to make a little bit more money a lot sooner. Now when you hold this on to the next cycle or something, it's going to take a lot more money to actually get to that market cap and price later on as well, right? So that's just a little thing I just wanted to talk about there. But at the end of the day, I do believe these two will be a huge infrastructure in Depin. I'm a little bit biased because I am in the private sale of Peaq, of course, and I want Peaq to succeed, but I can see these both actually being a big ecosystem for Depin. But I want to know what you guys think though. If you only had the opportunity to choose between one of these, Which one would you choose? Would it be Peaq or would it be Iotex? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.